Welcome to the video lecture series on digital signal processing. In this video lecture, we can see the continuation of inverse Z transform problem with different types of ROC given in the same. So, previous video lecture, we have seen up to problem number 3 without including the ROC. In this problem, we can see the inverse Z transform, particularly the partial fraction method, and how to write the discrete sequence final expression used for a different region of convergence condition. Usually, the partial fraction method, we all know that it converts Z domain back to the time domain. It retrieves the original discrete time sequence from its Z transform. Apart from doing this, we can also understand the discrete sequence based on the region of convergence. It helps to solve the linear equations, and mostly it is used in digital filters, discrete time systems, etc. The physical interpretation of this time domain sequence can be understood by thoroughly analyzing the region of convergence also. So, coming on to the problem, here the problem requires three conditions for z greater than zero point 0.4, z less than zero point 0.2, and z between zero point 0.2 and zero point 0.4. So, always from the ROC itself, we can say that type of sequence, if it is greater than zero point 0.4, if this is greater than like some constant value, it is going to be having the right hand sequence. Similarly, if it is less than, mostly less than condition comes, it is going to have the left hand sequence. This is going to have both the sequence where the ROC is nothing but intersection of both the sequence. So let us go on and find what will be the appearance of discrete time sequence for the given rational function at these three different conditions. Solving the problem, as usual, as I said in the previous video lecture, first of all we have to find the maximum power of z. Here it is z power minus 2 is the maximum power. To convert into the positive powers, we have to multiply z squared on the numerator and denominator. So after multiplying it, we'll get like this: z squared at the numerator. So if I multiply z for this, z minus zero point 0.2, z for this, z minus zero point 0.4. So I will get this equation. What is the next step? Next step is to convert x of z by z. And then getting the uh, x of z by z function. So two poles are there. So we have to find two constants, a and b. First to find a, we'll make z is equal to zero point 0.2. To find b, we make z is equal to zero point 0.4. By making z is equal to zero point 0.2 and using the partial fraction method, these two gets cancelled. Substituting, we'll get minus 1. Again continuing. So now finding the value of b, we'll be taking z is equal to zero point 0.4. On substituting the z value, we'll be getting 2. What is the next step? We have to substitute the value of a and b. So on substituting, we'll get x of z by z. So moving z to the numerator, we'll get this general equation. So previous problems, one was three problems we discussed, and we got the direct discrete time sequence because the ROC is not mentioned over there. So we considered it as a normal right hand sequence, and we have written in terms of a power n u of n format. But now they have given three different conditions in the problem 4. First condition is for is it greater than zero point 0.4. So if the radius of the Z transform is 4, Z transform we always represent like this: real part, imaginary part. So ROC is greater than zero point 0.4 for this case. So taking inverse Z transform, it is right hand sequence. So what we do is zero point 0.4 is outside zero point 0.2 because two poles are zero point 0.2 and zero point 0.4. Since zero point 0.4 is outside zero point 0.2, so both will be in right hand side sequence only. Both for both the poles, it is outside only. So what we do is we generally write. So the final expression is minus 1 constant as such. So z by z minus zero point 0.2 can be written as zero point 0.2 the whole power n u of n for right hand sequence. Similarly for zero point 0.4 also we can write 2 into zero point 0.4 power n is at u of n. So we have written it. For the next case, if you look into it, z less than zero point 0.2. Okay. So how the region of convergence will be? It is left hand side. So the region of convergence will be inside the circle of radius zero point 0.2. So what is happening is this is left hand side. So for left hand side sequence we have to replace the by z minus b, right? And u power minus n minus 1. So that's what we have written as zero point 0.2 to the power u power minus n minus 1. Minus will be available. Similarly, minus of u power minus n minus 1. So the thing you have to see is the type of sequence, right hand side or left hand side sequence. So if it is left hand side sequence, you have to replace by u of minus n minus 1 minus u of minus n minus 1. So that's why minus will become plus, here plus will become minus, and u of n will become u of minus n minus 1. Got it? Because point 4 is also having the region of convergence inside, point 2 is also having the region of convergence inside. So totally, both are having the region of convergence only inside the circle of their pole radius. So we have to replace both the cases by minus of u of minus n minus 1. Got it? That's why we have written like this. Next case is ROC for point 2 to point 4. So this is critical. So it is outside point 2, inside point 4. So for point 2, it is outside. For point 4, it is inside. So point 2, it is outside, right? So you have to multiply by a power n u of n format. So a in the place of a, we have point 2 power n u of n, whereas it is inside point 4. So which means that minus b power n u of minus n minus 1. So plus will become minus, u of n will become u of minus n minus 1. So I hope you got an idea how and discrete time sequence varies based upon the region of convergence. Always the signal appearance also matter. So we have to consider this also while going for discrete time sequence analysis using the inverse is the transform partial fraction method. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for patient listening.